ऐसे ठीक है लेकिन उसके लिए चाहिए होगा आप। वो फिर देखें, हाँ करते तब भी उठाना तो पड़ेगा।
Pakistan. जिनको अवार्डीज मिल रहे हैं with local guests from vice chancellors and connected by video conference also to our regional centers, all the 4 regional centers. So you've got Quetta, Karachi, Peshawar.
In the name of Allah, the Omnipresent, the Omniscient. Distinguished Chief Guest Senator Salim Saifullah Khan, Chairperson Higher Education Commission Professor Dr. Javed Laghari, Executive Director Higher Education Commission Professor Dr. Sohail Naqvi, and respectable audience, Assalamu Alaikum. I, Hadia Rahman, on behalf of Higher Education Commission, welcome you all to the Best University Teacher Award Ceremony for the year 2010. Qualified and proficient faculty is backbone of the education sector, and its quality and accomplishments determine for most part of the overall performance. For that reason, faculty development is one of the core strategic aims of higher education reforms undertaken by HEC. To institute best teaching practices and encourage outstanding contribution and exemplary performance of teachers of public sector universities or degree awarding institutions, the Higher Education Commission confers Best University Teacher Awards upon the outstanding teachers. This helps in motivating the teacher community by recognizing their performance and relentless services rendered for promotion and development of higher education in the country. That's why Higher Education Commission has been arranging this event since its inception. For today's event, our chief guest is Senator Salim Saifullah Khan, Chairman Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs, Kashmir Affairs and Gilgit-Baltistan. He has very kindly consented to confer the awards. Sir, we are really obliged that you spared some time for this event. We would start the event by the holy name of Allah. For the recitation of Holy Quran, I would like to invite Qari Ghulam Mustafa.
And we're doing the private sector also. Private will be there.
First time include किया private was 12 private.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت وإلى السماء كيف رفعت وإلى السماء كيف رفعت وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت وإلى الأرض كيف سطحت أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت وإلى السماء كيف رفعت وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت وإلى الأرض كيف سطحت فذكر إنما أنت مذكر لست عليهم بمسيطر إلا من تولى وكفر فيعذبه الله العذاب الأكبر إن إلينا إيابهم ثم إن علينا حسابهم. तो क्या ये लोग ऊँटों की तरह नहीं देखते कि वो किस तरह बनाए गए हैं और आसमान की तरफ कि वो क्या बुलंद किया गया है और पहाड़ों की तरफ कि वो किस तरह कायम किए गए हैं और ज़मीन की तरफ कि वो कैसी बिछाई गई है। लिहाजा आप तो नसीहत कर दिया करें, बस आप तो सिर्फ नसीहत करने वाले हैं, आप इन पर कोई दरोगा मुकर्रर नहीं हैं। हाँ, मगर जो शख्स रूह गिरदानी और कुफर करेगा, जो अल्लाह ताला इसको वो सज़ा देगा जो बहुत बड़ी सज़ा है। बेशक इनकी बाज़गश हमारी ही तरफ है, जो हमारे ही ज़िम्मा इन सब का हिसाब लेना है। सदक़ल्लाहुल अज़ीम।
Jazakallah. Alexander the Great said, and I quote, "I am indebted to my father for living, but to my teacher for living well." I unquote. No doubt, a teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. Now, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Suhail Naqvi, Executive Director, Higher Education Commission, to kindly address the audience.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Senator Salim Saifullah, Chief Guest of our Best Teacher Award ceremony, Dr. Javed Lagari, Chairman Higher Education Commission, respected Vice Chancellors, fellow teachers, and their proud members of their families. It's indeed a privilege and an honor to be talking to you today on the day that we celebrate teaching and celebrate those who have dedicated their life to this noble endeavor. I use the word fellow teachers purposely because the honor of being a professor is something that I guard very jealously, incidentally awarded by Ghulam Shah Khan when I was at GIK. And being a member of this fraternity, I'm greatly privileged to have this opportunity to address you. Changes in education are not something that become visible from one day to the next. Just like the teachers here, what they have done will not manifest itself tomorrow, next year, or 2 years from now. But what they have done will manifest itself in a decade from now, 2 decades from now. And as those that they have educated go on to win honors and greater laurels and benefit this country, you will see the impact that a good teacher makes. So similarly, the work that the Higher Education Commission started in 2002 with a dream and with a firm belief that the greatest asset that this country has is its young people, and that we have in ourselves the ability to train these young people and to uplift our higher education sector so that it would truly serve as an engine for socio-economic development of Pakistan. Because our universities are located in every corner of Pakistan, whether we talk about Gilgit, whether we talk about Balloon, whether we talk about Uthal, remote areas of southern Punjab, or the big cities. And so our focus has been on building these universities, and whenever you talk about the university, the most critical important ingredient are our faculty members. And because we have had this opportunity and this uninterrupted period of 9 years of development of the higher education sector, which we have had to jealously fight for and guard against. But because we have had this opportunity, you see visible now on the ground, in every corner of Pakistan, in every major city, in every small city, the impact that higher education can have and is having on the development of the country. Our scientists, our social scientists, our artists, fashion designers are now recognized the world over. Pakistani universities are counted among the best in the world. For the first time, we have a Pakistani university included among the top 100 universities of Asia. The number of impact factor journals that are being published from Pakistan, something that faculty members would hold very dear, has increased to 10 this year. And the publications of Pakistan, scientists, engineers, designers, historians, linguists, are being published in the best journals of the world, and this number has increased 8-fold since we started our work. So there is an impact, there is a change. This time when we advertised for the PhD Indigenous Scholarship Program, almost 8,000 people who met the eligibility criterion applied. So the change is there, the change is genuine, and the change is there because of the work carried out by our faculty members, and that is why we have taken this opportunity to honor our faculty members, to recognize those who have excelled in research and teaching and innovation. These are the best of the best, and it is indeed an honor here to be with you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. No doubt the change has been made because of the efforts of our faculty members. The Higher Education Commission has developed a criteria for the conferment of Best University Teacher Awards. The performance of teachers would be evaluated on academic work performance, 65% weightage, research work performance, 24% weightage, and creative work, 11%. Nominations on the basis of mentioned criteria were invited from all the public and private sector universities. The Higher Education Commission Awards Committee, after thorough evaluation, finally selected the teachers for the Best University Awards. For the year 2010, 57 teachers have been selected for the Best University Teacher Awards. Now, for the conferment of awards, I would like to request our worthy Chief Guest, Senator Salim Saifullah Khan, Chairman, Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs, Kashmir Affairs, and Gilgit-Baltistan, to come forward and give away the awards. Awardees are requested to come on the stage and receive their awards as their names are announced. The awardees are also requested to line up in order to save the time as I announce their names. We'll start from the public sector universities and degree awarding institutions. First of all, the Federal, the capital Islamabad. The first award goes to Dr. Jahazeb Masood, Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering, and to Air University, Islamabad. The next awardee is Professor Dr. Fakir Muhammad, Department of Mathematics and Statistics, and he belongs to Allama Iqbal Open University, Islamabad. Next award goes to Professor Dr. Mohammad Altaf Mukati, Faculty of Engineering Sciences, and he belongs to Behria University, Islamabad. Now it is the turn of Dr. Talat Afsa, Department of Business Administration, and he belongs to COMSAT's Institute of Information Technology, Islamabad. The next award goes to Professor Dr. Muhammad Ziaul Haq. He belongs to International Islamic University, Islamabad, and he's from Department of Sharia and Law. Dr. Musliuddin, Department of Economics, is our next awardee, and he's from Pakistan Institute of Development Economics, Islamabad. Now I'll invite Dr. Mohammad Javed Haider, Department of Mechanical Engineering, to receive his award, and he's from Pakistan Institute of Engineering and Applied Sciences, Islamabad. Our next awardee is Dr. Noman Umar Sattar, and he belongs to Department of Peace and Conflict Studies. He is from National Defense University, Islamabad. It is the turn of Dr. Usman Hassan, School of Electrical Engineering and Computer Sciences, to receive his award, and he belongs to National University of Sciences and Technology, Islamabad. The last awardee from the federal capital is Professor Dr. Mir Ajab Khan, and he belongs to the Faculty of Biological Sciences, Quaid-e-Azam University, Islamabad. After the federal, it is the turn of Punjab province. The first awardee is Dr. Mohammad Naeem, Department of Entomology, and he belongs to Arid Agriculture University, Rawalpindi. Our next awardee is Professor Dr. Saeed Ahmed Malik, Department of Botany, and he belongs to Bahauddin Zakria University, Multan. Dr. Riaz Ahmed, Department of Physics, is our next awardee, and he belongs to Government College University, Lahore. Next award would be conferred to Dr. Azhar Hamid, Department of ENT, and he's from King Edward Medical College, University, Lahore. Now it is the turn of Dr. Tahira Aziz Mughal, Department of Botany, to come on the stage and receive her award. She is from Lahore College for Women, University, Lahore. Next award goes to Dr. Mohammad Tahir Hussain, Department of Synthetic Organic Chemistry, and he is from National Textile University, Faisalabad. Next award is Professor Dr. Haq Nawaz Bhatti, Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry, and he belongs to University of Agriculture, Faisalabad. Next award is Professor Dr. Muhammad Aslam Adib, Faculty of Education, and he belongs to the Islamia University of Bahawalpur, Bahawalpur. Next award would be conferred to Professor Dr. Shahid Naveed, Department of Chemical Engineering, and he belongs to University of Engineering and Technology, Lahore. Now I invite Dr. Muhammad Ahmed, Department of Electrical Engineering, to come on the stage and receive his award, and he's from University of Engineering and Technology, Taxila. Next award is Professor Dr. Masroor Elahi Babar, Institute of Biochemistry, and he's from University of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Lahore. Now it is the turn of Professor Amir Aziz, Department of Orthopedic, University of Health Sciences in Lahore, to come on the stage and receive his award. Dr. Mubashir Nadeem, Department of English, University of Education, Lahore, is our next awardee. Next award goes to Professor Dr. Nasra Sultana, Department of Mathematics, and she belongs to the University of Sargodha, Sargodha. And the last award of the Punjab province would be conferred to Professor Dr. Kanwal Amin, Department of Library and Information Science, and she belongs to University of the Punjab, Lahore. Coming towards the Sindh province, our first awardee is Dr. Sajjad Haider, and he belongs to the Department of Computer Science, Institute of Business Administration, Karachi, but as he is abroad, so his award would be sent to him. The next awardee is Professor Dr. Hussain Bakhshmari, Department of Industrial Engineering and Management, and he belongs to Mehran University of Engineering and Technology, Jamshoro. Next award goes to Professor Dr. Asadur Rahman Khan, Department of Civil Engineering. He belongs to NED, University of Engineering and Technology, Karachi. The next awardee is Professor Dr. Bashir Ahmed Memon, Department of Civil Engineering, and he belongs to Qaeda Awam University of Engineering and Sciences Technology, Nawab Shah. It is the turn of Professor Dr. Muhammad Yusuf Khush, Department of Urdu, to receive his award, and he belongs to Shah Abdul Latif University, Khairpur. Next award goes to Dr. Niaz Ahmed Bhutto, Department of Business Administration, Sakkar, Institute of Business Administration, Sakkar. Professor Dr. Tahir Rajput, Faculty of Natural Sciences, University of St. Jamshoro, is our next awardee. And the last awardee from the Sindh province is Dr. Fateh Chand Ol, Department of Agronomy, and he belongs to Sindh Agriculture University, Tandujam. Now the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. The first award goes to the Government University D.I. Khan, and the award is given to Professor Dr. Khairuz Zaman, Department of Economics. Next award would be conferred to Dr. Iftikhar Ahmed, Department of Physics, and he belongs to Hazara University, Mansehra. The next awardee is Dr. Usman Ghani, Department of Business Administration, and he's from Institute of Management Sciences, Peshawar. Now it is the turn of Professor Dr. Jawad Ahmed, Department of Microbiology, Khyber Medical University, Peshawar, to come on the stage and receive his award. Next award goes to Dr. Javed Hussain, Department of Chemistry, and he belongs to Kohat University of Science and Technology, Kohat. The next awardee is Professor Dr. Hamidullah Shah, Department of Agricultural Chemistry, and he belongs to NWFP University of Agriculture, Peshawar. Next award would be received by Professor Dr. Rahmat Ali Khan, Department of Mathematics, and he is from University of Malakand, Chakdara, D. Malakand. Next award goes to Dr. Riyasat Ali, Institute of Education and Research, University of Science and Technology, Bannu. Next award would be conferred to Professor Dr. Iftikhar Hussain, Department of Industrial Engineering, and he belongs to University of Engineering and Technology, Peshawar. Finally, it is the turn of Professor Dr. Imdadullah, Institute of Chemical Sciences, University of Peshawar, to receive his award, and he is the last candidate from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Now, the Balochistan province. The award goes to the University of Balochistan, Quetta, and would be received by Professor Dr. Abdullah Khan, Department of Chemistry. From Azad Jammu and Kashmir, the award is taken by Dr. Iftikhar Ahmed, Department of Mathematics, and he belongs to the University of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, Muzaffarabad. Now it is the turn of the awardees of private sector universities and degree awarding institutions. First of all, from the Federal Capital Islamabad, it is the turn of Dr. Khurram Shehzad, Department of Management Sciences, Rifa International University, Islamabad. Goes to Dr. Muhammad Tayyab Alam, Department of Education, Social Sciences, and he belongs to the Foundation University, Islamabad. Now it is the turn of Punjab province. The first award goes to Professor Dr. Ruhi Khalid, Department of Psychology, and he's from Beacon House National University, Lahore. I'm really sorry. Sorry, ma'am, it was just a slip of tongue. The next award goes to Dr. Saeed Shafkat from Department of Public Policy, and he's from Common Christian College, Lahore. It is the turn of Dr. Malik Haji Arif Ali, who is from Institute of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology from University of Lahore, Lahore. Dr. A. Aziz Bhatti, Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, is our next awardee, and he is from University of Management and Technology, Lahore. Now the Sindh province. The first award goes to Dr. Hanif Ali Habib Ali Muhammad, Department of Strategy and Business Administration, and he belongs to Indus Institute of Higher Education, Karachi. Our next awardee is Dr. Kashifur Rahman, Department of Management Sciences, and he belongs to Iqra University, Karachi. Next award would be conferred to Professor Dr. Abdul Rahim Memon, Department of Pharmacology, and he's from ISRA University, Hyderabad. Dr. Asiya Nazawan, Department of Pharmacy, is our next awardee, and she is from Ziauddin University, Karachi. Now the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. The first award goes to Engineer Hamid Jan, Department of Computer Science and Information Technology. He is from Sarhad University of Science and Information Technology, Peshawar. And last but not the least, the last awardee of this ceremony is Dr. Muhammad Junaid Mughal, Department of Electronic and Electrical Engineering, and he's from Ghulam Ishaq Khan Institute of Engineering Sciences and Technology, Topi. Now I'll request Chairperson, Higher Education Commission, Professor Dr. Javed Laghari, to present the shield and bouquet to the Chief Guest, Senator Salim Saifullah Khan, on behalf of Higher Education Commission. Request Executive Director, Higher Education Commission, Professor Dr. Suhail Naqvi, to present the bouquet to the Chairperson, Higher Education Commission, Professor Dr. Javed Laghari, on behalf of HEC. Thank you very much, sir. I congratulate all the winners on their great success and achievement. You all deserved it well. Now I would invite the Chairperson, Higher Education Commission, Professor Dr. Javed Laghari, to address the worthy audience.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our distinguished chief guest for the event, Senator Salim Saifullah Saab, a wonderful senator, great learning opportunities for me, and for me, he's probably one of my best distinguished teachers in the Senate. And then, of course, my heartiest congratulations to the winner of the Best Teachers Award for 2010, to the 57th distinguished individuals. May I please have a word of an applause for all of you together collectively. And of course, for the first time ever, the faculty from the private universities were also included. And of course, we are very pleased that we saw 12 winners out of a total of 57 awards. And we hope the number of awards also would go up every year as more and more universities would also participate in the competition. Well, Dr. Naqvi, of course, our executive director, in his opening talk, did mention about the focus of the Higher Education Commission, what it has accomplished over the last 8 years. And the cornerstone, of course, has been on the faculty development programs, which includes, to a large extent, the number of scholarships that the Higher Education Commission has awarded. So more and more people would return back with PhD degrees or take local PhD degrees and join the faculty. Because I think this has been one of these biggest deficiencies we have in our higher education sector, where at most maybe about 20% of our faculty have PhD degrees. And our goal is, with the number of the scholarship holders that we currently have pursuing their PhDs within the country and outside, we hope we will be able to double this number in the next 3 to 4 years. And as we are able to send out more scholars on scholarships to pursue their PhDs within Pakistan and outside, subject, of course, to reasonable funding by the government of Pakistan, we might be able to raise this number up to maybe 50% of PhD faculty, inshallah, in the next 5 to 6 years. That's only one of the faculty development programs that we have. Then, of course, at the Higher Education Commission, we have this very strong Learning Innovation Division, which over a period of time has conducted tens of thousands of courses, short ones, long ones, seminars, workshops, symposiums. So that becomes basically a learning process for the existing faculty that we have in the universities, along with the new faculty that is inducted, so that they get involved and they understand what the teaching profession is all about. Of course, I don't need to tell you what it takes to be a good teacher, because you probably can teach me a few things about teaching, even though I have been teaching myself for the last 20 years at various universities, not various universities, at 2 universities basically, one in Pakistan, a private university that I headed by the name of Zabist, and my other experience in the United States. But teachers, the faculty, is always the soul of a university. And if we were to go back 5, 7, 8 years back, Pakistan was below the horizon. And I think it is because of people like you, because of the faculty, because of their dedicated work, effort, excellent quality of teaching, and of course, when you teach well, you produce good graduates, and when you produce good graduates, you produce good researchers, and eventually perhaps they go on, acquire higher degrees through a competitive process, return back with PhDs. So it becomes a matter of pride for all of you, for all of us. So the basis, the foundation, of course, is we need excellent teachers at our institutes and our universities, and you people have done a fantastic job. But then just producing PhDs and, of course, the phenomenal increase in the number of research publications that Dr. Naqvi talked about is not the end of the world. The Higher Education Commission is pursuing a number of other programs simultaneously, and one of its focus has been on quality. We would like to ensure that we improve the quality of both teaching and research at our universities, and for that, we have now successfully established Quality Enhancement Cell at all our public and private universities. So some were established a few years back, but eventually they are now established in all universities, and there is a lot of work that our Quality Assurance Division is doing jointly with them, because quality should be owned by the universities themselves. They should own quality. Nobody else should tell them that, well, you must impart quality education and research. And we hope that as the culture of quality improves in our universities, we will be able to compete more and more with some of the better universities in the region and around the world. And we have already come above the horizon on that, as you know that now perhaps 4 to 5 universities in Pakistan now rank among the top 300 universities of the world according to QS World University Ranking. And we hope that maybe in the next 2 to 3 years, the number of quality universities from Pakistan will double. Other program that we have initiated this year is the quality ranking of universities. And the process has already been initiated last month, where data is being collected from all public and private universities. The deadline, of course, to receive the data is around July 15th. And we hope that perhaps within the next 2 months or at most 3 months, we will be able to publish and put on our website a list by ranking of all universities in Pakistan where they basically rank in terms of their quality of teaching and research. Research, of course, has flourished, but the next challenge is to link this research to our technology base, to our industrial base. And for that, the HEC has also embarked on a new program, which is the establishment of the offices of research, innovation, and commercialization at our universities, basically those universities first which are strong in research. And we hope by the end of the year we would be able to successfully establish up to 10 of such offices, eventually increasing this number to 20 and then 30 in the next 2 to 3 years' time. So these would be the offices that would be established to bridge the gap between industry and university research, between innovation and creativity that takes place at the university, between what is happening outside in the outside world, not just nationally, but globally as well. And as a next step, we are also in the process of establishing technology incubators at some of our leading universities. We currently already have 2 technology incubators, maybe 2.5, because it's an ongoing process. Some are in the design stage, some are in a drawing stage, some are actually established, and some have started off the process. So we hope by the end of this year also we will have 4 full-fledged technology incubators working at our universities. And the number here also is to be able to increase these numbers where the offices of the research, innovation, and commercialization will work jointly with these incubators so that we can bring the commercialization aspect of our research out so the country as a whole benefits, prospers. There is economic development, there is social development of this country by bringing in our innovation, creativity, and research of our universities and connecting it to the real world. So the challenges are immense. We are working on all these programs over time. And I'm very glad that we have people like you on our side, the best stars of this country, you and also the previous recipients that we have had over the last 7 years who have been receiving these awards on an average of about starting off with the 20s and then 30s and then 40s. This year we had 57 awards. So we probably have close to maybe 300 plus recipients of the best teachers awards across the universities. And I think with you as our team, together jointly, we will make sure that we make Pakistan move ahead together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And for sure, a teacher makes the foundation of a nation, and if this foundation is weak, no country can progress. Now, I request very respectable Chief Guest Senator Salim Saifullah Khan to come forward and kindly address the audience.
Shaitanir-Rajim, Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Senator Dr. Javed Zawahri Sahab, because in the US system, once you are a senator, you're always known as a senator. So we had a wonderful time together in the Senate, and we miss you in the Senate. You did contribute a lot in the Senate, but I know in your present job you are contributing. Chairman of the Higher Education Commission, Dr. Syed Suhail Naqvi Sahab, Executive Director, distinguished Vice Chancellors, recipients of the Best University Teacher Award, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu Alaikum. I'm grateful to the Chairman of HEC for inviting a senator who belongs to the opposition to come. I think he's setting a new tradition, and I hope he doesn't land himself in trouble with the government of Pakistan.
This is nothing new.
But it's a great privilege, and I'm very grateful to him and his team for inviting me. I think education is something which is very dear to me. Alhamdulillah, my parents had the foresight. My father studied in Government College Lahore from 1934 to 36 and then went to England and became a barrister. So he did believe, and somehow he used to tell us that, you can lose your land, you can lose your factories, you can lose your house, home, everything. People can take that away, but nobody can take away your education. So alhamdulillah, we are all, I myself am a graduate, an engineer, a mechanical engineer from Carnegie Mellon University, which is one of the better universities in the United States. And I must tell you that when I first went there in 1964 as an undergraduate, it's a long, long way back. I don't want to give what my age is, but but I was there in 1964, and every university has an administration block, so we also had this administration building. And Andrew Carnegie, who started that university, later on these two big families joined hands, Carnegie and the Mellon family, and it became the Carnegie Mellon University. I liked that, when I saw on the administration block a saying by the great Andrew Carnegie that take away my railroads. He was very big. He was a great industrial magnate. He had railroads, he had steel mills, he had banks. So he said, take everything away from me, but leave me my men. And I will have everything all over again in 3 years. What a wonderful saying. It's the human talent, which is really, which is the driving force. It's not these buildings and, so on and so on. So I think, and I'm grateful that HEC has this year also included the private sector. In Pakistan, one of our major, I'll call it a sickness, is the lack of coordination between the public and the private sector. We are not competitors. We are wo gaadi ke kehte hain hum do पहिए. Our competition is India. Our competition is China, is Korea, is the Philippines, is Turkey. But somehow, this is my experience. I've been for many years a provincial minister, a federal minister, MPA, MNA, senator. And somehow, we have not yet been able to make this relationship frictionless. It's very important for Pakistan to move ahead, that this relationship has to be very frictionless. And I'm glad that, Dr. Saab, you've included the private sector. Now, award, of course, 100,000 rupees. By the way, I'm also now, the last 5-6 years, very closely associated with the Ghulam Ishaq Khan Institute. GIK was a great son of the soil, great service to Pakistan. He's given us a great university. I'm glad Dr. Junaid Mughal has also been. And we also, within our university, we have a best teacher, best professor award. And it's not the 100,000 rupees. It's really that recognition. My son, who was at the American school here in Islamabad, if you did well as a student, it was a certificate. Of course, it was, printed. Was not signed by President Clinton. But outstanding students used to get this certificate signed by President of the United States of America. Now, for a child who's about 14, 15, getting a certificate, I think these are things which we need to encourage. And I'm so glad. And I'm so glad that there is a system of recognition. There has to be. It's human nature. Fitri taur pe zaruri hai. Ki bhai you must, ye nahi ki bhai, I don't know if I'm using a good analogy, कि भाई एक रेस में घोड़ा भी जा रहा है और साथ एक donkey भी जा रहा है और दोनों जो हैं बराबर जा रहे हैं. I think the horse needs to be recognized. So I'm glad you have this, and I hope you will continue. I would suggest even that these 250 roughly people who are recipients, maybe you should have and call them sometime, maybe once a year, get them together and have a session. I think that might be of use. Education पे जी मैं ज़्यादा क्या बोलूँ, our figures are not very good. सबसे पहले कट जो है वो हमारे कहते हैं बर्ग गिरती है बेचारे मुसलमानों पर, तो सबसे पहले कट भी है जो I have some figures which I thought maybe the press can also. It's a sorry state of affairs. I mean, look at Sri Lanka. Their speaker was here, 100% literacy. Look at the Philippines. Philippines, there's no oil and gas. It's not a rich country. I mean, Allah ne to humko sab kuch diya. But 100% literacy. Today, there are over 10 million Filipinos working from United States, Canada, Europe. You go anywhere, you'll find them remitting $20 billion to the Philippines. 10 million Filipinos sending back because they're educated. Whether she's a maid servant or she's a cook or working in a shop, they've educated their people and they're sending $20 billion to. Haji, hamare yahan participation rate at higher education is about 3% of the age group 17 to 23. I hope it's not a correct figure.
7 now.
7, okay, now 7. Maybe these are, but even 7. I mean, I asked the Japanese, they said 100% people go into universities. 100% people who finish their schooling, they go and join universities. And this is, of course, even 7% is a very low figure, and I think Pakistan needs to increase this to at least 10%. Pata nahi target kya hai HEC ka, but I think it should go up to. And also a current issue that we have, I'm glad one university is in the top 100 and there are 4 or 5. We are trying also at the GIK. Dr. Saab is also sitting here. Shaukat Hamid Saab, the very, very eminent scientist. We are trying to bring GIK also into. We are also grateful to HEC. You've been always very supportive of the Ghulam Ishaq Khan Institute. And those who have recipient of awards, it's not that I want to discount Sindh and Punjab, but I think we have to, must say, our teachers in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan, they are under great duress. I mean, look at Dir, look at Peshawar, look at Banu. Banu doesn't have mobile service for the last 3 years. आप में से बहुत लोगों को इल्म नहीं होगा. Mobile disconnected because it's the district next to Waziristan. So I think in Balochistan, there's so much of target killing of teachers. How unfortunate. So I think I particularly salute the recipients from Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Please keep up your good work. And you know, we politicians keep on saying how many politicians have been killed by these terrorists or these, but I think if we look at the number of professors and teachers, I think that also is substantial. And I wish you success. Both these provinces are lacking in terms of education, and please continue your good work. I remember in 1985, when I first became a senator, almost 26 years ago, I joined Mr. Junejo's, a great Prime Minister, a great politician, a wonderful man. I learned a lot from him, a very clean man, great integrity, great Pakistani. And I remember going to Korea And talking to the Hyundai, they showed me their shipyards, and I said, how many PhDs do you employ? And, it was in hundreds. So when I came back, I was in commerce and had additional charge of petroleum. So our biggest corporation at that time, I don't know who's number one now, but was PSO, Pakistan State Oil. And I asked them how many PhDs. I thought they'll say at least 20, 30. Only one PhD working in this billion-dollar. But I'm glad after hearing both the chairman and the executive director that the figures are improving. And I know it's a fact because this year at the convocation in GIK, I think we gave 12 PhDs in GIK alone. So the number is increasing. But also the linkage, what you talked. With all due respect to PCSIR, I don't know if there's anybody here from PCSIR. Hundreds of PhDs, scientists. But, if you translate that into what benefit it's giving to Pakistan, minimal. I think there has to be linkages. There has to be this. We have to overcome this phobia. Private, public sector. Public sector has to be more efficient. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't need PC1s and we don't need PC2s and we don't need all kinds of approvals. So naturally, don't compare, but have this mindset that we are all Pakistanis. We are all part of the same team. Regretfully, the Ministry of Science and Technology, I am not very impressed with their performance. I hope I am a member of the committee, Science and Technology Committee in the Senate, and I think we need to take them to task and find out what they're doing. HEC, in Pakistan we also have a tendency, wo jo chale jate hain unko hum yaad nahi karte hain. So I think Professor Dr. Ataur Rahman, I must take his name. I think he did a wonderful job. And I think HEC is lucky that you had a very good chairman in Dr. Ataur Rahman, and now you are lucky to have a very good chairman in, I'll continue to say, Senator Javed Laghari. I always tell, as chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee, so I do interact with the Foreign Office and we do have meetings. I tell them, you're also lucky that for 5 years you had Mia Khurshid Kasuri as your foreign minister, and then for 3 years, I'm an admirer of Shah Mahmood Qureshi. He was a very fine foreign minister. So, when you have a good leader at the top, it makes a lot of difference. And I'm glad that Higher Education Commission continues to have, and of course, I should mention Dr. Naqvi, who's I'm proud also of the fact that he taught at GIK. I must mention his services also. I think he's doing a great job as an executive director at HEC. HEC as a regulator, I know you have done many things. For instance, this for professors, what their pay should be. I think you're doing a lot of good work, what you mentioned. I hope you'll keep that up. And I always say that HEC is like a regulator for our education sector. We have OGRA for our oil and gas sector. We have PTA for our telecommunication. These are all regulators. I think Pakistan has reached a stage of development where now you need these regulators because we have to focus more on the private sector. So I think, for instance, health. I am one of those people who always say, why don't we have a drug regulatory authority? I think drugs are the most important. It's important to have for television PEMRA to control these, but Isn't it drugs more important? And we don't have a drug regulatory authority. How unfortunate. And all kinds of spurious drugs are today in Pakistan. I mean, the tablets that we are eating and our children are eating. Pata nahi usme kya pada hua. So, regulatory bodies have to be, the best of the best have to be taken, and they have to be given the powers, and there should be no political interference. I know a lot of ministries are not happy why OGRA is outside, or why PTA is out of IT, and why OGRA is out of Ministry of Petroleum. I don't know, I'm sure HEC also, they would like a Ministry of Education, that they should be under Ministry of Education. But I think it's important that these regulatory, we send the best of the best. This is an advice which I would like to give to, there is I know there's a lot that we politicians, when we get onto the podium, we like to make long sermons. I've just returned from London yesterday. I had gone on a private visit and spent about 11 days there, but I thought I should meet my counterpart, whom I did meet, the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee. He's a very senior Conservative MP. And I also met the Minister, Alistair Burt. He's the Minister for this Middle East and Southeast Asia. And I thank both of them for, I know the UK government is giving a lot of money, but I think it's more for the primary and secondary. I'm told almost 650 million pounds sterling is what they promised to give us. So I'm glad that at least UK, and I hope the United States, which I think Pakistan should tell them that, okay, you cut down on this 800 million of military aid, but why not convert that into education, give that 800 million in the education sector. I think that's maybe one of these days I'll give a statement that, okay, we don't mind that, but that can be converted into I know that HEC is under a lot of financial Dr. whatever help I can, for any service I can be. I know you people are doing a great job. In my travels also, I'd like to visit some of these other universities. If I'm in Sakhar, I would like to go, or maybe in Nawab Shah or Dera Ismail Khan. Of course, I've been to Gomal. One last parting advice, for whatever it's worth. Whenever you open the newspapers in Pakistan, there is a land scandal. आज भी अगर आप एक बार देखें, कोई police, National Police Foundation Gapla in land, 6 billion rupees. And I think government of Pakistan should seriously consider, and as a model I am willing to, they should come to my district, Lucky Marwat, where I have given 1,000 canals free of cost to a cadet college, which the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is. And I'm willing to, one of my neighboring villages is here, professor, that he said we should have a university in Lucky Marwat. I am willing to give 2,000 canals of land free of cost. If one wants to bring agriculture university or any university into Lucky Marwat, I am willing to give 2,000 canals. I think this is what needs to be, क्योंकि सारे घपले जो हैं ज़मीन में ही होते हैं, सारे तो नहीं और भी तरीके हैं, but somehow we tend to make money. Unfortunately, this has become a style. You buy a land for 20 crores and in papers you show 80 crores and that 50 or 60 crore goes into different pockets. So I think आप लोग भी जब कोई यूनिवर्सिटी वगैरह ऐसे बनाने के लिए, especially public sector I'm talking about, they should go to areas where free land, doctor, And if they say कि भाई नहीं मिल रही है, you can give my example that I am willing to give free land for any university which comes into my area. Thank you so much once again.
Very obliged of you, sir. And no one can disagree with all of your points, like that appreciation is a must. As Helen Peters once said, and I quote, teacher appreciation makes the world of education go around, I unquote. Yes, it is very easy to make a buck, but it's a lot tougher to make a difference. We often take for granted the very things that most deserve our gratitude. I can no other answer make but thanks, and thanks to all the teachers. You all are special. Once again, I congratulate all the awardees, and now I request the awardees and vice chancellors to have a group photo with the chief guest. Meanwhile, the rest of the audience is requested to keep seated. After that, a lunch is waiting for all of you. You all would proceed for that. With the prayer that may Allah bless us all and our country, I wrap up and I say thank you to all.
Very good state secretary. Well done, young lady. Good state secretary. चलिए।
बारी उतारेंगे।